Hi students, today we're going to review section 2 of Exploring Healthcare Careers. It's not just doctors and nurses. So in section 2, you're going to choose a few careers, watch some videos, and review an ebook and attend a panel discussion. And the student learning outcomes are: 1, using vocabulary developed in section 1, describe the type of healthcare career you want to continue evaluating. Describe the role and responsibilities of the specific healthcare professions chosen. And the thought question is, what are your personal characteristics and strengths that would make you well suited for these specific healthcare professions? So I have watched many YouTube videos and selected the ones that I thought were the most appropriate. And I have put them in a Google Doc that you can access by going to using this tiny URL. And when you get to that Google Doc, it has a list of the videos and what discipline. So for example, if you're interested in nursing, you would look for the nursing ones. If you are interested in respiratory therapy, you'd look for respiratory therapy. And there is a link to the video, so all you have to do is click on the link and it'll take you to YouTube and you can watch the videos. So I'll just make a tiny comment that often these videos were made by private schools trying to recruit students to come to their programs, and they are from all over the US. And so you might want to ignore sort of the branding from the particular college, because I'm assuming you're going to go to a community college here in the Bay Area for these programs. The other thing I would probably ignore is the salaries that they quote, because most of these videos are a little bit old. The information is perfectly appropriate and correct about the discipline itself, but the salaries change over time, and the salaries also are very dependent on the area of the country that you live. So you should probably not pay too much attention to the salaries that are in the video. There are other ways to find out what the salaries are, and that's something you should keep in mind when you're thinking about what career you want to go into, is what the salary is, but I wouldn't get it from the videos. And then I would like for you to review the ebook that's called Exploring Health Careers. And you can get to that book by going to this tiny URL. And for this, although it's online, you probably want to download it because it'll be easier for you to view if you download it. And what I really like about this book is the way it set things up for you. So for example, if you happen to be interested in a nursing career, it shows you what you can do while you're still in high school, what certificate courses you might take. It shows you what you could do with a year of training, right? Then you could be a licensed vocational nurse. If you could go for 2 years to college, you could get your you could become a registered nurse, associate degree. If you wanted to go to 4 years, 4-year college, you could become a registered nurse, with a bachelor's degree, a public health nurse, and a school nurse, right? So it just shows you the progression from these certificate courses that you can do in high school, patient care assistant, certified nursing assistant, or home health aide, graduating to becoming a licensed vocational nurse with a year of training or college. Then you can become a registered nurse with an associate degree. Then you could become a registered nurse with a bachelor's degree. I'll just keep in mind, you don't have to walk through these steps. So for example, if you decided you wanted to be a registered nurse with an associate's degree in nursing, you don't have to become this first and this second. You can go directly here. But other than that, this book is really awesome. And it has this kind of career pathway for a lot of disciplines. For example, it tells you about rad tech. It talks about physical therapy. It talks about laboratory sciences. So this is really an excellent book, a very good resource for you to use. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a panel discussion, and you will be provided by your teacher a date that the panel discussion will be held on. And of course, it will be done virtually. And the panel discussion will include industry professionals, so people who are currently working in the fields, either as We may have some nurses, we may have some rad techs, we may have respiratory therapists, we may have some paramedics. We also will include program directors. So these are people who are actually running the training programs at community colleges. And we'll have students on the panel too, students who are currently enrolled in the programs. And I think this will be very interesting for you. And it's really up to you to use it wisely and develop a set of questions for the panelists to help you learn more about the profession, how to best prepare for the programs, and what it's like to be a student in the program. So I think you'll really enjoy that part of this section. So we just reviewed the student learning outcomes. You can see them here. I'm not going to read them again. And so you are ready to go. Good luck. Have fun. This should be a very fun section to work on.